All right, here's another character lesson, and this one is on obedience. Oh, who wants to obey? Oh, no. But every one of us has to obey somebody. No one is free to do what he wants all the time. And of course, when we talk about submission, usually we're talking about the wife submitting to the husband. And we go to that Ephesians 5 passage, verse 22, wives submit to your husband. But we skip the verse before that. Here I have it in my Bible. It's Ephesians 5, and it is 21. Submitting one to another. Everybody has to do some submitting. Through almost 65 years of marriage, I did a lot of submitting to my wife. Things having to do with the house, the kids. I often said 90% of the decisions in our household were made by my wife. I submitted, and that was it. You know, not like the husband who came home and said, "What do we have for dinner?" He looked at it, dumped it in the garbage, and said, "Let's go out to eat tonight." That's a recipe for terminating a marriage. I just ate whatever was in front of me, always good. Those decisions were made by my wife. Obedience is submitting, and no one really is loose from it. And it's submission, obedience is not just an act, it involves an attitude also. So you submit outwardly, but you submit inwardly also. It was a distinguished French officer who said to George Washington's mother, "How did you raise such a fine son?" And she simply said, "I taught him to obey." Yes. Noah obeyed, built the boat. Abraham obeyed and left the city of Ur and headed for unknown parts. Jonah disobeyed, and you know the tragedy that he tumbled into because of his disobedience. No, we all are to obey, and then we have a happy life. And if it is that you just understand that much of life is submitting to a family member, to a friend, to your employer, to the police officer. You don't want to argue with them when you're pulled over. So obedience is the path to success and to happiness in life.